So the title of the talk today is Qualities. And I'm going to read a quote from Julie Diamond. It seems that over the past decades, qualities like character, integrity, and honesty have taken a back seat to qualities like individuality, authenticity, and nonconformity. So this is a quote we wrote on Tuesday, and this is the writing that came out. And as usual in our book, we weave our voices together, and we've done the same thing in this piece of writing. Sometimes I feel like we live in multiple worlds on the same planet. What I hear in the news is very different from what I hear in our reflection groups, from what I hear at my family gatherings, from what I hear at the classes that I take. Yet they all have a common theme. They seem to promote the qualities we value and demote the qualities we don't. This is a Buddhist theme, a very Buddhist theme. There's another list here. This is one of the biggest lists that I know of in Buddhist psychology and philosophy. 37 overlapping qualities that are able to be seen when one develops a meditative path. And they're referred to as the Bodhipakya Dhamma. I will probably never say that again, but I'm saying it here, just if you ever wanted to look it up or get more information on it. Two of these qualities are directly related to effort, using effort to enhance beneficial qualities and to reduce others. We often quote Julie Diamond because we mesh, fairly often in our perspectives, though I'm not quite sure about this one. Yet when I look at today's political arena, it does seem like character, integrity, and honesty have taken a back seat. Though I wonder about this, the more I read about times in the political past, it appears that character, integrity, and honesty have taken a back seat periodically throughout that history. Though my main point is that none of these qualities should take a back seat in our life. And again, we're referring to the 6 qualities that Julie Diamond talked about. They all should sit tandem in the front seat. One might drive for a while, then another might take over the wheel. Maybe after a while, these qualities merge together and become inseparable. Each is essential in reflective meditation. But maybe the last 3 are more evident. We don't suggest that you conform to a meditation instruction, nor to a particular way that the Dharma enters your life. This quality does go hand in hand with individuality. We believe each of us have our individual paths to tread, though hopefully each of those paths lead towards more awakening. We fertilize authenticity in the ways that you speak to yourself in reflection and to others when you share your meditative experiences. When I look at this list, all of the qualities seem to have their own personality. And here I'm meaning personality distinct from like a true self or something that's real and essential or solid. Because like personalities, qualities can shapeshift. But they are visible, something we can point to when they're present and when they're absent. When they're mixed up with other qualities, they change like multiple personalities. Do you remember that book, Sybil? It was the first time I'd ever heard of multiple personalities, and I could relate a diagnosis to my inner world. I felt like I had a ton of them. All of these qualities were aspirational, the ones that we're talking about for Sybil, but hard to develop because of the way her trauma crystallized internally. I seem to be going in a direction of equalizing these qualities, wanting each of them to have their own voice, to be encouraged, to be developed within each of us. If I didn't have a dose of nonconformity, I wouldn't be able to become an acupuncturist in a world that told me it wasn't a real medicine. If you don't have a dose of authenticity, you may comply unintentionally with things you don't agree with. Individuality, which does get a bad rap at times, it's at times erroneous belief. If we pay attention to individuals, we cancel out concern for groups or the greater whole. My dad often talked about developing character. It seems a little old-fashioned now. I seem to refer to it more like an ethical backbone, and that seems a bit more equivalent. Integrity and honesty have a high value in Buddhism, though both are an ongoing process, not final attainments. How can we be authentic without being honest? They seem like an inseparable couple. We often teach about self-honesty. What if the corollary that if we can't be honest with ourselves, how can we be honest with others? If we can't be self-honest, how can we be authentic? I found this quote about integrity on the web that I love. Doing the right thing when no one is looking and no one will ever know. Maybe a high bar, but closely aligned with becoming a person of character. Isn't that a description of the conditions of meditation, exploring how to do the right thing, even though no one might ever know? So I'm going to end the talk here, and we'll do a shorter meditation